Todd, what stood out to you from that one?
Look, difference between us and the Sharks is the way or the willingness to defend teams when they're coming out of their own end. So we started the game off on the back foot, giving away a cheap try, 6-0. Try again, change of direction back through a space where Drinky had moved from. Not enough movement and effort around that spot, and then a kick which is 50-50, and that's what happens. It's 18-0 pretty quickly. But to go back to my point around our D is that we're invested in the kick chase. We're good on tackles 1 and 2, and then what we're doing in the tackle post contact and how we exit that is too quick, and our energy's not there. Where I look at the Sharks and the good teams, that's they don't drop off tackles 4, 5 and 6. They keep working, and we just gave the ability to the Sharks to put in high kicks all night rather than making them kick from their own half.
Talk about that defence, particularly on the goal line there. And what do you put that down to? Is it the effect of that sort of first early try rippling in? Is it like a reading the play? Like how do you sort of account for that?
Yeah, there's a whole range of parts to it. Winning the tackle, moving from it, and then making decisions off the back of that. But at 24-0, we've got a slim chance. And then when the game gets to 30-0 in that second half, guys are starting to look at each other and play as individuals, and that's why the score blew out because of it, really.
You talk about 24-0, there was a slim chance. What was the message at halftime?
I just wanted to see what we had as a group. Yeah, see, the fight that we would show. Spoke about the importance of staying connected as a team, and then playing together. But again, that 6 points early in the second half really hurts in the way that the try was scored.
So I think everyone's seen what this group is capable of, but how do you get the consistency out of this group on a weekly basis for the NRL?
Yep, we've got to shift our attitude towards tackling and defending. If we've got 100% of energy, I said this to the boys inside, we're putting 65 to 70% of it into our attack rather than at least 50-50. Or the good teams, they'll go 60-40 towards D, knowing that they'll get that energy back at some stage, whether it's 2-3 sets later or back end of each half. And until we shift that mentality, we'll still be here having this conversation.
I think there was a try that Ronaldo Mulatalo scored in the second half there, where he virtually crossed the line over in the corner, and he ran around underneath the post with no one putting any pressure on him at all. Like, as a coach, what does that say to you when you go around untouched and put the ball in the post?
Yeah, it's not a good feeling. Absolutely. In those moments, I like to see who's fighting and who's just making that effort to make to put the ball down further wide.
Do you feel like that there's been a trend over the past month, Todd? I mean, in
Absolutely.
the first 3 weeks, obviously,
Yep.
it was awesome.
Yep.
The last month or so.
Yep, it has been. It's we've spoken about it. Yep.
Is that just because of what's happened, like a big first 3 weeks, or is there something else to it?
No, we've beaten some teams in the first month of the competition. Doing that, and you can't do that against the top 4, 6 or 8 teams. That's not going to win you enough matches, or win you any matches against the big teams.
Do you look to make changes to the team for next week then?
Sorry?
Do you look to make changes to the team?
I'll be looking at it, yeah, absolutely.
Times the talk ups on the line then when you can see a few of those tries, you or Ruben, like how do you try and get your minds back in the game?
Yeah, it's probably trying to get everyone just back into getting into our system, and yeah, it's disappointing. It's probably like, I think when the tries just keep coming, there's not much you really can say behind the line, because I know we're just talking about trying to get a reaction and trying to react, and I think that was what a lot of the talk was about. But yeah, it was disappointing because we didn't get those reactions, and I don't think we played tough enough tonight.
Tom, as a hearing the coach say that some of the boys might need to spend some time in cup to figure it out.
Yeah, like that's up to Toddy and that thing. Like, I'm just playing a part of the team and trying to do my job the best I can each week. And I think Toddy will make every decision based on what he thinks is best for our team and for our performances. And I think it's up to us players to really pull our fingers out. And it wasn't good enough tonight.
Todd mentioned that first try there. I mean, as the captain, do you go put an arm around Scotty when a mistake like that happens? Like, how do you sort of approach it as a leader in this team?
Yeah, it's just that was very early in the game, and it was just a mistake and an unfortunate mistake from Trinky. But it's just about moving on to the next job, and I don't think we did that well enough tonight. Is moving onto our next job, and like I said, I don't think we defended our errors or played tough enough when it did get into the grind, and yeah, that was the disappointing thing.
Why don't you think the team has been able to play tough enough defensively?
I think Toddy pretty well put the nail on the head where it's I don't think we're putting enough energy and effort into our defensive efforts. At the moment, I think everyone's probably waiting for the game to come easy and expecting us to just pile on points and win the game easy. But when we're playing a team like Cronulla and the top 4 teams, you need those efforts and you need them back to back to be able to build any momentum.
Tom, is it a case of almost like we know what this team can do in attack? Is it a case of that almost hinders you a bit because you are thinking we can just do everything with the footy and we don't need to worry about that stuff? That's not the feeling coming from the playing group. Like, I think we understand what it requires. It's just making sure that we get our attitude right to do that each week. And like tonight it wasn't good enough. We didn't put the effort in the right areas defensively, and yeah, that's why the scoreline ended up like it was.